As they are into our midst, I will read out a little explanation of what they are performing today. Songs and dances represent the rich cultural heritage of the village. The village community cherishes this cultural richness. Sungguh tanabang alabang ajuin dayumun atul paving the way on this auspicious festival of celebration. Our leader, Shri Kekhrievor, we warmly welcome you on this Moatsü celebration. May you continue to bestow your blessings on this land. This dance is in dedication and adoring the Moatsü festival of celebration. Eternally. O respected Al-Sultan, Council Chairman, under your unfathomable wisdom, may your people continue to thrive progressively. With the invitation from real summer compatriot, we are pleased to be a part of the merrymaking festive season.
These projects were way ahead of their time. 70s, 80s they implement kora time de. Amikhan na manuhan bi develop nai. Manuhan in charge globally qualified manu bi nai. So bahar ba ani kana kam chalabole try korise etu para nai. Because I think the local community, the state itself was not ready for such development. But now, when we talk about economic self-development, economic independence, we see that the biggest question of our time now, and Nagaland has a lot of issues, but one of the biggest issues that we are going to face, and which the present generation is facing now, those who are in their early 20s up to their 30, they are facing a problem of unemployment. Unemployment to khali government ke depend kuri thakile etu problem to kitta bi solve na hobo de. Aru etu to government bi eta ko ase iman tokhe kam dibo pare etu pra bishi dibo na pare kuri na etia. Even the entry into government service is becoming very difficult. It is becoming very competitive. To etu koi kina to manukhan etia kot jabo bahar jabo kam bisari bole bosti khan chhori kina dimapur jabo chhori kina delhi jabo. It is not a solution. The solution for us is to ensure that gainful employment, that development projects are implemented and are successful in villages like Chuchuyimlang. And I think your HiEERA project will be one of the pioneer projects that will ensure economic development and economic independence for Nagas. Because when we talk, and this is the second lesson that I have learned today, because when you talk about your community bonding to khali cultural bonding debi na hoikena ita to ami kan economic development debi community involvement logina community pra sob ekke logote mon dikina itu bonding kora tu, that is the next step of community development. So I am so proud to have been part of this celebration here today, but I will be even more proud when we see your project successfully taking off, and not only taking off but also being replicated. So district enega project ulaile ami khan la state to we can march forward in our development agenda. So I wish the chairman and his colleagues all success in their endeavors, and I know that my department particularly will be assisting them and keenly observing the development. We will also be taking steps to ensure that these kind of initiatives are also taken up in other districts. But let me also tell you that government is also always ready to come forward and help, but it needs a little bit of push from below. It needs demand from the community. Demand for services, demand for better services, demand for transparency, demand for completion of projects. So that is something that has to come from the community also. So our performance, our effectiveness also depends on the village community, on the tribal community, demanding excellent services from the government departments also.
The project that we have inaugurated today, actually, it consists of two parts. One is they want to have an athleisure, that's apparel, garments and shoes focused towards athletic leisure products, which hopefully they will be using local material for making all these things, including bamboo and other fiber. Secondly, I believe that the second component of the project consists of fortified foods, and here particularly it means fortified fruits. That is, fruits infused with maybe some minerals or vitamins, and to make it more, to increase its value. So these are the two things, and I believe the original fruits will be organic. So you fortify it with by adding some minerals or vitamins, and then it increases its market value, acceptance. So these are the two projects that have been earmarked at the moment, and we are also encouraging them to come up with more projects, more diversification of products, and hopefully they will come up with this. But they also don't want to jump into the development process in a big way. They want to start a little bit small and grow from there. So here what we have seen also is that Empretech India Foundation, that is an United Nations recognized agency, they have been helping them in developing their ideas, they've been helping them in developing their business ideas, their entrepreneurship skills. They've been exposing them to international festivals also, and also they have been developing their the ethical way of doing business. So that is one thing that we feel will help this initiative to be successful, because the local people are heavily involved. They will be heavily involved in the production phase, in the selling phase, and Empretech India has also tied them up with what they call HiEERAs, that is people who are already running businesses, to help them market and buy the produce. So I think the two very crucial aspects are already tied up. They have also got investor commitments, and the only thing they are asking from is for the department to help them in chasing this funding from the ministry. So we are very happy to be part of it, and we will be very happy to enable finance for them. So in a nutshell, that is what the project is about.
So how will this project impact the villagers in the long run?
Yeah, in the long run, in the short term, it means some jobs. It means the recognition of the village as having successfully implemented and having successfully run certain business enterprises, bringing jobs back to the village. In the long term, I see that entrepreneurs, if this model builds up here, you have different product lines. So I see that entrepreneurs coming here, making these a business hub. We are also coming up with what we call aggregation centers in Longnak and also in Changtongya. So these hubs can also act as aggregation centers for produce that is made from here. You can store it in those hubs. Maybe you can have logistic support from those areas, and you can send it all over India. So in the long term, the idea would be that this small beginning leads to an industrial hub in this area. And we are not talking about big industries, but we are talking about small to medium industries having outputs of, let's say, 100 or 200 crores in a year at the at the scale that we are talking about. So we are not talking about 10,000 word of investment, 20,000 word of investment, those kind of things. And the small sustaining enterprises that will come up, and we want to see a variety of them.
It's an excellent occasion for me to be here. This is the laying of the foundation stone of the Yaküki HiEERA Development Projects Private Limited. HiEERA is about high impact entrepreneurs from emerging regions for action. So what we're doing is we're bringing in expertise from these high impact entrepreneurs. We're training them, immersing them in the Emprotech system. Emprotech is a United Nations program. We're developing certain competencies, certain behaviors in these areas, and immersing them in village projects such as this, so that together with the community, with the villagers, they're able to come together and design programs and projects that are relevant and that could potentially take off in a very sustainable way. So we promote the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, the SDGs, and there is a very specific goal called SDG 8, which is around economic development. So we promote the SDG 8 ahead of other SDGs. The village chairman, the village council chairman, Mr. Sanin Pongen, took up the program at a personal level. He started practicing the behaviors of the Emprotech program at a very personal level, and then took some of those behaviors for decision making at the village council level. And so there was a transference from the individual to an organization level. If we see this transference in other villages, we will certainly go there. But what is required is to start at a personal level. We all need to practice these behaviors. This is all about practice. So we practice independence and self-confidence, we practice goal setting, we practice systematic planning and monitoring, we practice persuasion and networking, we practice persistence, commitment, opportunity seeking and initiative, we practice calculated risk taking, and above all, we practice demand for efficiency and quality. Now, if all of these behaviors are practiced on an ongoing basis at a personal level, then some of these behaviors rub off at a village level, and then the village starts behaving in these ways. And once that happens, projects start developing. There is a gym where we practice these behaviors and we put these out. There are people from other parts of the world that are also practicing there. So that's what Chuchuyimlang did. We had the chief of the village. He came in and he said, I'm going to practice these behaviors myself. Right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that Chuchuyimlang did is, while he was practicing, he identified a few other people that could also practice along with him. So that's what he did. He selected some young people from Chuchuyimlang and also people outside of Chuchuyimlang but who have roots in Chuchuyimlang. including, for example, his sister who lives in Bahrain, Atongla. She's also started practicing. She got into the program, she started practicing these behaviors. So what's now happening is the behaviors are becoming bridges. So in the program, we actually refer to behaviors as being bridges. The bridges are being built as a result of these behaviors being practiced at various levels in the village and outside the village. And it's these linkages that develop that are bringing in the investment, that are bringing the technical know-how and the expertise, and that are bringing in extremely good vibes and energy from people all around.
First, it's been an honor to part of today's celebration, and I thanks to everyone for this opportunity to provide us. As we are having 25 years experience in footwear manufacturing in India, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and also we have factory in China and another factory in Odisha. So that technology transfer we are looking at this moment, the same technology transfer from there to Chuchuyimlang itself. And India has, because of his population and because of his manufacturing capability, there is a huge demand. And in sports footwear, athleisure basically, we export 0%. And this demand basically is too much, but we are not able to supply. So we can see there is a lot of opportunity for us here with the help of Chuchuyimlang community and all Nagaland community. We can see there can be a great potential of growth, business, opportunity and the success for the whole community.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.